Hi everybody, Dr. Bryan Stoops here. I want to record a quick video tease for something that's going to be released in less than a week, making very steady progress on this thing. And the only reason I'm being cryptic is I know it's going to get finished. Once it is totally finished, I will go wide with this thing. But this thing that I'm working on right now is related to the idea of this. If we accept as martial arts instructors, only a certain percentage of the population is going to train, right? A certain percentage is going to enroll in regular training, whether that's an academy or a gym or a garage training group or private lessons, or even let's say you're teaching virtual lessons a couple times a week. All of those are sort of modern martial art structures, right? Traditional ways of teaching martial arts with the technology piece kind of becoming in vogue in the last few years, but definitely that piece is part of the traditional ways that we pass on martial arts to our students, that martial arts instructors, uh, as cheesy as it sounds, we try to help people live better lives through the martial arts, right? And so this thing that I'm working on, really I spent a lot of time thinking, okay, so only a certain percentage of people are gonna engage in those methodologies for training in the martial arts. And we know statistically as a martial arts industry that, most of the people who do enroll in, let's say, regular martial arts classes, it doesn't matter what system or style, most people won't make it past their first year. It's a sad statistical reality. So based on that, what could I create to give people, to harness the transformative power of martial arts, to just, in this case, what I'm trying to do is help people take command of their professional life, take command of their career, advance their career like a warrior, get a promotion and a raise while keeping their integrity intact. And the vehicle that I chose for this is the Filipino martial arts. Now, I know right there, a lot of people, what on earth do the Filipino martial arts have to do with helping people ethically get a promotion and a raise, right? That raises a whole bunch of red flag. Oh, McDojo, and oh, you're a sellout. And no. But hear me out. Once again, these are statistical realities. Most of the population won't engage in regular martial arts training, even though the general public understands that martial arts are a perpetual vehicle for self-development, right? On all levels, mind, body, spirit. The general public is well aware of that. If they join a gym, that's a great way. If they can commit to working out on a regular basis, well, they can transform the body, right? But it usually, unless it's like yoga or something like that, it doesn't really hit the mind and the spirit. Martial arts covers all three of those things. And the general public knows that, right? Even if they wouldn't put it in those terms, they know there's a physical element, they know there's a discipline element, they know there's a spiritual element. Sometimes, I even say, I know this is an oxymoron, like secular spirituality, right? In its own weird way, that makes sense. Because when we go to the dojo, academy, gym space, there is that, like, this is my church kind of vibe, right? So it does all those things, even though the general public knows it does all those things. What do we do in martial arts marketing, right? We pound the benefits into people's heads again and again and again. Even though the general public kind of already understands that, they still have to be talked into training, into trial class, into whatever, into taking an 8-week class, a 3-month class. Statistically, even though we spend all that time talking them into that, you know, here is this perpetual vehicle for self-improvement that most of us have committed, you know, decades of our lives to, we still, oh, come on, come, you know, you take my hand, here's my hand, and we're trying to talk people into this, right? Then the statistical reality, most people don't make it past their first year. For us, like the fanatics, the lifelong martial artists, that's very hard to hear. And what we tend to do when confronted with that statistical reality, we get all old school, right? Old school martial arts instructor, like back in the 50s when you were the only school in 100 square miles, right? Well, if they don't want it, they don't deserve it, right? If they, well, they're not serious. If they can't commit, then I don't want them anyways, right? Those attitudes were fine when it was a seller's market. I say this all the time to my colleagues, to my students, to my senior students, to the instructors that I prepare in my organization. Martial arts is a seller's market today, almost to the point, I was having this conversation with a colleague a few weeks ago, almost to the point that people today need to, there's so much out there, they need to take in and make a decision and discard, because there's classes, there's face-to-face classes, there's online classes, there's free internet content, it's the opposite of what we hear about like in small town America in the 1950s, where there was one person and they were the only game in town for, you know, 100, 150 square miles. And if you didn't like that person, well, you weren't learning martial arts, right? And you could sort of afford to be that stereotypical like Rex Kwon Do type figure, like, well, if you don't like me, get the heck out, right? Because I'm the only game in town. Sorry, people have choice, like lots of choice today. And one of my Filipino martial arts instructors has a very good expression. You need 3 things, and you need them at the same time to train in martial arts. You need money, you need time, and your health needs to be good enough that you can actually, you know, engage and thrive in the training. If you have even 2 out of those 3 things, you're not going to be able to train. And so based on that, though, because people have so much choice today, I don't understand people that take that old school, if you don't like me, get the heck out of here, I don't need you. Okay, like, I mean, if you really enjoy teaching 3 people and you really feel that way, and you aren't concerned about actually trying to spread the martial arts to, I mean, just to help as many people as possible, super cool. Take that attitude. That's great, right? So this thing that I'm going to release in that spirit is what I explained a few minutes ago, right? Is harnessing the power of the Filipino martial arts, to help people advance their career like a warrior, to get a promotion and a raise while keeping their integrity intact. And again, already I know there's a bunch of people like they're up, you know, well, you're taking the martial out of martial arts, right? So I mean, I don't really want to spend a lot of my time defending myself because I don't care about that. You know, like anybody though that tries to save you, we're so into that now in contemporary martial arts. Like, bro, on the internet, bro, I can't believe you're doing style X, man, or let me save you from that system. So, I mean, for my Filipino martial arts friends out there, like, respectfully, I'm a full dog brother. I've been a full dog brother since 2008. I have 50 fights in the Dog Brothers environment, okay? Most of my fights I've fought in these. This is, I can't find the other one right now. I know it's in a closet or something like. I'm not retired, by the way. The last few years I've laid off, but most of my fights have been in this glove and the other glove. Now, I'm not saying that. I'm not like, whoa, look at me. Here's my big swelled head. I just find it really funny in contemporary martial arts. We jump on the internet, bro, I can't believe you're training in style X, and we try to save each other all, but don't do that. Okay, number one, like, I'm good. Okay, worry about yourself. And I'm not saying that the Dog Brothers experience makes you bulletproof, but from the standpoint of pressure testing Filipino martial arts, with respectfully, worry about yourself. Don't worry about me. All right. So the only reason that I'm sharing that about my background is for those people out there who are going to say, well, you're taking the martial out of Filipino martial arts. Well, no, I'm not. As an instructor and as an educator, I am confronting the statistical reality. Most of the population will not train. They will not engage in regular classes in the martial arts. For those who do, most people won't make it past their first year. That second point, I am not taking the old school 1950s instructor position. Or, well, I don't want them anyways. Well, they're not serious. Well, it's not that simple. Some of them maybe aren't that serious, and some of them maybe don't want it. But modern life is hard. Maybe they have kids, maybe they have a wife, maybe they have other interests, maybe they work a couple of jobs, maybe they really, really, really want it, but legitimately right now it doesn't fit into their lives. Those are the people that I'm creating this thing that's going to get released in about a week for. Those are the people for whom I am creating this content. And if you don't understand that, you just want to write me off, oh man, you just sold out Filipino martial arts, or, you know, well, you don't understand combat, even though you have 50 fights in the Dog Brothers gathering environment. Whatever makes you happy, man. Life's too short, okay? Write me off, that's fine, okay? Call me a sellout, call me McDojo, super cool, no problem. I'm still gonna put my content out there, again, to try to help as many people as possible. That's my goal. So right now, if you'd like a little bit more information on what I'm talking about, whether you're an instructor or whether you're in an industry and maybe you really want a promotion and a raise, like you feel stagnant in your career right now, or if you're a martial artist of any style and you just want to learn more about what I'm trying to create, it's www.commandpresencetfma.com. Command Presence TFMA. TFMA like through Filipino martial arts. Command Presence TFMA.com. There's a video masterclass there. You just put in your first name and your email. You can have instant access. And that will also, then I have your information when this thing that I am working on that I'm incredibly excited about is ready. I will already have the best email for you and I will know where to send it. Okay, so that's my rant for today, for this Monday, December 9th, 2019. Martial artists, man, if we're really, like, if we're gonna make it, if we're gonna move, I know it's almost 2020, but if we're actually going to catch up with the reality that we're working in the 21st century, you know, we have to go beyond those antiquated mindsets. There's nothing wrong with tradition. There's nothing wrong with maintaining tradition. That's I think a huge part of martial arts, and maintaining our history and sort of the movement anthropology aspect of martial arts, super important, man. But we have to modernize. We have to go beyond old school, small town, 1950s martial arts instructor style thinking. And we have to also accept that contemporary martial arts particularly when we think about how technology integrates into all of this. We have to accept that things look different than they did even 20 years ago. They look different and things are different. So once again, if this is a perpetual vehicle of self-improvement, how are we as kumbaya, or some people might accuse me of being naive. I'll take it on the chin, man. As naive as it makes me sound, how are we actually going to make the world a better place for as many people as possible using martial arts? And once again, if that desire, you're like, man, you're naive, you're a sellout, you're McDojo, it's all good. Tell yourself whatever you have to. I'm going to keep my practice modern, and I'm going to help as many people as possible, and I'm going to try to make the world the best place that I can, because that's what I have control over. All right, so give that URL a link, commandpresencetfma.com. I will put the word out when this thing that I'm about to go to work on right after I hit the stop button on this video. I will put the word out when that thing is done. In the meantime, it's Monday. Everybody have a great week. The holidays are coming up, so don't, like I was saying on a previous video, don't neglect yourself during this holiday season. It's only the 9th. There's still time. You can shop, you can plan your travel, you can clean your house or your apartment. You can book plane, train tickets, bus tickets. You can do all of that without neglecting yourself. There's still time. So, I like I was saying on a previous video, I hear this all the time around this time of year. Oh, I got to get through this time period. Don't get through. Make the most out of it. Do a little bit of planning. Don't neglect yourself. Really important. All right. I'm Dr. Bryan Stoops, everybody. Have a great rest of your Monday and have a great week. Bye.